NFL Red Zone or NFL Network, and they talked about almost 5 minutes after I started watching, they talked about how the wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, who's been in the news a bunch. We've talked about Tyreek Hill a bunch of times. He was detained before the game. And the body cam, he was detained, then he was released. Today he was charged with citations. I believe he was charged with careless driving and driving without a seatbelt on. But when it was all over the news. It was all over social media. I actually have, I was going to play you the arrest video, but I actually now have the actual body cam footage that seemingly just came out over the past hour or so. Boomer, I'm just breaking news left and right. Good job, producer. Boomer, good work. Here is the body cam footage of I believe, Miami-Dade pulling over superstar, potential MVP of the league, the player, the person the players voted the best player in the league, being pulled over right outside the stadium by the police. That's a motorcycle hum we're hearing here.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Like what? Why do you have it on?
All right, hold on.
Hey, keep your window down. Hey.
All right. First off, why did he roll his window back up? Is he some sort of sovereign citizen and he's doing one of those things where he's going to hold his ID up to the window or whatever? If I had to guess, he's calling his agent or calling the team to let them know what's happening to him right now.
Keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm going to get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me your ass. Get out of the car. Give me your ass.
Oh,
break
boy.
that fucking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now.
He's saying, I'm getting arrested, Drew. So you saw when he fell on the ground, he had his cell phone and saying, hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. He's talking to his agent, Drew Rosenhaus.
We tell you to do something, you do it. You understand?
I'm getting out,
You
bro.
understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you.
I'm getting
You're a little
out.
fucking confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
Chill,
Too
bro.
late.
All right, bro. Take
Too
me to
late.
jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro.
We are. We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey, hey,
Don't worry.
Wow.
I hung up the phone. You stop crying.
bro. Y'all,
Don't move.
good. Bro, you
Set 'em
beating
up.
on my window like you crazy.
Just set him up.
Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, yo, bro, dude, beating on.
That right there, that is Calais Campbell, a defensive lineman. That's Calais Campbell, a defensive lineman for the Miami Dolphins. He's pulling up. I believe that's a Rolls Royce, I believe, that's pulling up right now. And we'll see if they show him and the interaction with him as well.
My window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing, twin. Dang.
Hey, don't park there. Don't park there.
Hey.
Little dick energy right there.
Call Drew. Hey, call Drew. Call Drew, bro. Call
This
Drew.
is fucking nuts.
Hey, call Drew, bro.
It's another dumb show.
Yo. Oh boy, speed zap. Uh-oh. We're back, baby. What's happening? Welcome to another Dumb Show. I am another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining me on issue number 257. Thank you to all of you who came back around for the second 257A, considering I could not hear anything the first time around. I couldn't hear myself. I couldn't hear a damn thing that was going on. I don't know what happened. There was some sort of malfunction with the computer right before we started. I had to reboot everything. Then I rebooted it and it didn't work properly, so I had to shut everything off and reboot again. But it looks like we're up and running, so I apologize, guys. Thank you for joining me on issue number 257. If you have not taken a second to hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, please take a second to hit the thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it if you did that. If you're not watching live, oh, there you go. There's that echo. If you're not watching live, make sure you comment on the show. I will read back your comments live. And share the show every once in a while. That way we can get more people in this business. Go share the show. All that good stuff. That way more people can find out about another Dumb Show. And if you want to download the show as an audio-only podcast, you can do that through YouTube Music. It is free to do that through that app. I think you can also get a service. I think it's free to download it, but if you want to be able to save it and all that stuff, I think you might have to have an subscription. I don't know. Check it out. YouTube Music. Anyway, follow the show at X and Instagram and TikTok at Another Dumb Show. Shout out to the League of Dummies. That's our live chat here on Another Dumb Show. Big ups to Jerry. He was first in there in the chat. Jerry is a member. He helps support the show financially through his pockets, digs deep every month, and helps support Another Dumb Show by going, and he went to the Another Dumb Show homepage. He clicked join, and he picked the tier level to help support the show. And I would hope that you guys would do that to help us stay up and running, because this thing ain't cheap, and I need your help. So 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. That is the number to call into the show. You ever wanted to hit me? Now's the way. This is how you can do it. Right through the phones. Let's see. Mikey is going to be on later tonight. He worked like an 11-hour shift today. So he is going to be coming on a little bit later on tonight. So kind of a solemn day, obviously. It's 9/11. I think we all probably remember where we were the day of the infamous attack here on our country. I don't know, can we define that as infamous if Pearl 11 is defined as a day that will live in infamy? I don't know. But I remember where I was. I was working for a copier company at the time, driving trucks. I was working in a warehouse, driving trucks, delivering copiers to companies, and like taking that to different companies so that the salespeople could do demos with all these different demo machines. And then I was driving. I was in the truck, and I was listening to Howard Stern, in fact. And I witnessed Howard Stern, and well, I heard everything that happened, but no, they were witnessing as it was happening outside of their window in Manhattan or downtown New York, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know the boroughs. I'm assuming that was Manhattan that happened in. I don't know my boroughs very well. But anyway, so I heard him start narrating it, everything that was happening, and it was amazing to hear this guy who talks about farts and dicks and pussies all day just get really serious and do an incredible job narrating what was happening. And we were out on a run, and we got called back in. They called us on the radio and said, hey, we want you guys to turn around and come back to the warehouse because of everything that's going on, which was pretty crazy. So we went back to the warehouse. There was a little TV in the like the break room area. Believe I saw the second tower fall. I can't remember if it was a replay or not, to be honest with you. I think I saw the second one fall. And that's when I believe that's when I realized we were under attack. And I had to, I can't remember if, maybe I heard the second one on the radio, and that's when I realized we were under attack. And so I was sure I was going to have to go to war. I mean, that's what I was just under the impression, like, oh, well, our nation's being invaded. I'm going to have to defend our country. Like I was under the impression this was like a full-scale attack because it went to the Pentagon and everything in Shanksville and everything. So I was like, fuck, I gotta fucking actually, because I always, I'm not a military kind of guy. I don't handle orders very well. Plus, I'm kind of a pussy when it comes to that. Like, I don't want to get shot at. I'm gonna hide. You're shooting at me, I'm hiding. I'm not a fighter like that. I'll get in a bar fight when I'm drunk and all, alcohol tough. But I'm not gonna go fight in an army. There's bigger men than that. Bigger men for that than me. So, but I always said if I wasn't gonna go fight in any foreign wars. Like I know you guys, many of you have, and God love you for doing it. But I was like, I'm never going to fight in some foreign war. But if we get invaded, okay, I'll have to fight and defend our own soil. So I was like, oh shit, here we go. We're getting invaded, and I'm gonna have to fight. But what after that, as I was going through all that on my mind, I'm listening to. I think I might have said that out loud, and there was some guy that I worked with who started saying shit about America. He started talking shit about America. He was a Puerto Rican dude. I can't remember his name. Rodrigo, maybe, or I don't even remember his name. Something started with an R. But anyway, he was, sorry, I'm rubbing my nose. I have like a cat hair or something on my face that's making my whole face itch. It's like I sound like a cokehead right now. Anyway, I got a good cokehead video coming up later on, by the way. So make sure you stick around. We got a video dump coming later on too. But anyway, 9/11. I almost got into a fist fight with this guy because he started talking shit about America. They had to literally hold me back. There was a bunch of, apparently I was feeling patriotic rage at that point. And it wasn't like a full-blown hold back, but, I had to put a hand on my chest and, calm down, dude, chill out, back off. Because I was barking and getting in his face and get the fuck out of here. You don't love it or leave it, motherfucker. All that kind of shit because I was all patriotic mood at that moment because of everything that was happening. But somebody who yesterday was interviewed and talked about what he was going to be doing when it came to the next 48 or 24 hours, considering there was a debate last night, they interviewed Joe Biden, and he talked about what he was, 9/11.
I'm going up to my granddaughter's birthday in New York. Then we're going to watch the debate, and then tomorrow I'm doing 9/11. I spoke to...
I don't know if you heard that right there. Listen to this again.
9/11.
I didn't go back far enough.
And then tomorrow I'm doing 9/11.
So he says, sorry, there's like a, I don't know if that's a car or a chopper in the background. I'm not sure, but he says, tomorrow I'm going to do 9/11. Now that comment has gotten him into a bit of hot water because they said it was a lot of people who came out, even before today, a 9/11 widow came out and actually commented on it, but it was kind of going a little viral around the internet, and this is where she kind of picked up on it. Here is a 9/11 widow talking about, and I apologize, I don't know her name or her husband who passed. I believe he was a fire chief, and I apologize, I don't have their names. I probably should have that, but it's really more about the context of what she's talking about in Joe Biden and that doing 9/11 comment.
It has been 23 years, and the families deserve justice and accountability. The elected officials here today show their respect and reverence to the families on September 11th. Or, in our president's words, do 9/11. Quite a flippant remark.
So that got her, she was, obviously you heard it right there. She described his comment about doing 9/11, or I'm going to do 9/11 as a flippant remark. Now, she's obviously hypersensitive to anything that you say about 9/11, considering she lost somebody in 9/11. And most of the people in the United States are still very sensitive if you say anything about 9/11, unless you go to like comedy shows and they're starting to throw out 9/11 jokes now and things like that. I mean, they've been doing it for years now, but it's almost like it's not quite as taboo to be doing those jokes. But him saying he was going to do 9/11, look, he said he's an old guy. I think it was implied what he was saying. He probably should have said it with a little bit more reverence, something along the lines of, I'll be attending the 9/11 memorial tomorrow versus saying doing 9/11. So a little bit of typical flub from old Joe Biden. He had quite a night last night, or excuse me, today. He had quite a morning this morning. He went to a memorial in Shanksville in PA, obviously, because that's where I believe is Flight 93 went down. And he he was meeting with a group of people. I don't know, and I don't even really know who these people are, to be quite honest with you, that he was meeting with. If it was just a group of 9/11, like some sort of memorial maybe hanging out. I actually don't know exactly who these people are. I'm sorry, it was a Shanksville, PA fire station is where he was visiting, which is kind of weird the way they're all sitting around. I guess they knew he was coming, so they must have put out tables and chairs. And now I guess I can see they're in a garage, but okay. So here is Joe Biden this morning in Shanksville, PA at a fire station, and you're going to get a kick out of this. And it's a little bit hard to hear because it's some old guys. That's actually my favorite part about it. Is it's old guys talking like this. Here you go.
Put it on. Come on. Do a selfie. There you go.
All right, so you'll see it was on for a few minutes. If you're wondering why I'm showing you a video of Joe Biden, they called him an old fart.
Hey, they're good. They're good. You fucking right.
That's the president. You got at least, I know if you don't like him, you don't like him, but Jesus Christ, show a little bit of respect. Don't look at him, call him a fucking old fart. That's some trash. Anyway, so the reason this went viral is because this next clip, I'll show you the front view. Let me zoom in a little bit on that guy. Sorry about that. The hat that he's putting on, it's a little bit hard to see from the video. I'll zoom in on you, but you can kind of see. Here, I'll pull up an actual picture of it to make it a little bit easier for you guys to see, because that was kind of a grainy picture. Here is the picture of him wearing a Donald Trump hat, a Trump 2024 hat too. Not a MAGA hat, not something that says Trump. Actually an election campaign hat, Trump 2024. This guy has completely lost his mind. My God. Or is it true what Trump said in the debate last night? That Joe Biden hates Kamala Harris. That's what he said. He goes, I know in secret. He hates you. Joe Biden hates you, he said in the debate last night. Which made me laugh out loud when he said it. Here is speaking of Trump and Kamala, I believe I have, so they did the debate last night, but they were able to come together this morning at the 9/11 ceremony, 9/11 anniversary, to, pay respects to 9/11. But here's the best part. So here we go. They meet each other. She tries to let go. Oh, the yank. He gave her the yank. He got her with the infamous Trump handshake. One more time. He pulls. She pulls back. Oh, you see that? Ooh, I'll give her a little credit. I didn't actually notice how much she pulls back on this. Good for her. So she's pulling. He pulls. She pulls. And then they both kind of tug push at the end. She's got a little smug smile there, knowing that she just got hit with the handshake. Trump's infamous handshake where he grabs you and yanks you. He did do the yank. He can't do it too hard to a woman, because he knew he was going to yank her on the ground. But Trump's known for that tough handshake, and it looks like he got her with it. But give her credit. She did pretty well with it. So we'll talk more about the debate here in just a little bit. But there is something that's been going on in the news is that there's a bunch going on in the news right now, but something that's of interest to me because I know we got a couple, at least one person who listens to the show who lives in Louisville. I believe Hoodie is from Louisville, and he's also a member of the Fantasy Football League, and we'll talk about the Another Dumb Show Fantasy Football League a little bit later on. But there is a manhunt going on outside of Louisville, Kentucky, about 2 hours southeast in a city called London, Kentucky. Right now, there's a guy named Joseph Couch. He's 32 years old. He's on the run right now. He remains on the run. For the past 5 days now, he's been on the run after he opened fire on Interstate 75 just past Saturday. He'd actually been arrested in the past. We'll get more into that. But they're into a huge manhunt for this guy right now. And just to kind of give you an idea a little bit about what it looks like on this highway. And I believe it was one of the numbers. I'm sorry. Pardon me. I lost the numbers. I believe five people are in serious condition or 9 people were injured. How do they not have the details in here? I'm sorry, 5 counts each of criminal attempt to commit murder and first-degree assault for the shootings, which wounded 5 people. And I believe it said that 9 people were injured. So I don't know if that means like him shooting through the windows and it blasted out glass and got them. And that's how they got injured. I'm not exactly sure about that. But it's pretty nuts. We got another highway shooter. I remember the one from the DC sniper back in the day. Was it John Malvo something? John Lee Malvo or whatever. There's that one from way back. And I think there was another set of highway shootings in between there that didn't get as much attention. But this one, he did the shootings and then they, obviously the calls came in and they went on a manhunt for this guy. And they actually got pretty close. Here's actually just the highway. Here's some TikToker or someone took a ride down the highway, kind of show you guys a little bit about what the terrain is, where this guy's, why it's taken 5 days.
For my non-Kentucky viewers, I just wanted to film a quick video just to explain a little bit about the terrain that law enforcement is dealing with here. We're a couple of miles away from where this first happened. We're just hitting mile marker 51 heading down to London. This all happened at about mile marker 49. So as you can see, it's just a very dense brush area. You're not able to see pretty much anything past just a few trees. So just wanted to give you an idea of what crews are dealing with as we enter day 4 of the manhunt. I'll have updates throughout the early afternoon hours for WKYT.
Thank you, WKYT. So there you go. That gives you an idea. Just imagine driving on the street. I mean, you can't see shit. That guy could have been he didn't even probably need to climb up into a tree. He could there's probably, looks like there might be a hill there as the trees kind of rise up. Or maybe those are just older trees. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, it looks like he could have just blasted and nobody would have had any idea where that was coming from. Unless maybe people coming from the other direction could see muzzle flare, something like that. I'm not exactly 100% sure. I have another video to show you kind of the brush and how dense it is too. But real quick, I see Tessa is calling in, so let me grab this phone call. Hi, Tessa. You're on Another Dumb Show. What's up?
Hi. You were just talking about the Kentucky shooter.
Yes.
I was there. I wasn't there, but I was there. I was in Kentucky about an hour away when it happened.
Really? An hour away from it. So did you start freaking out when you heard the news?
No.
Did they put out any sort of alerts? Like, did you get an Amber Alert kind of deal, like an EMS?
I was at my in-laws' house, and we're like, they have a lot of money. So they had just finished building a house, and it's like up on a hill. They have like hundreds of acres of property. So I wasn't really worried about it.
Okay.
But I was interested.
But how did you find out about it? Did they put it on the news? Did your phone start buzzing?
Their neighbor that they're really good friends with came over with their little ones to play with mine, and they told us about it. And then my sister-in-law was like, oh, yeah, that happened today. And I was like, oh, thanks for telling me. So I don't know how they found out. I don't know if it was the news or what, but it was the same day that we got there.
So it wasn't like a big deal. Like they didn't say, "Oh my God, thank God
Not for
you're
them.
here." But you guys
No.
got there an hour after all the shooting was happening, and they didn't say, "Hey,
No,
thank God you made it."
I don't know how long it was before, but like, let's see, we were probably there a day or two before we were told about it.
Oh
And we were like an hour away from it. So yeah, I was like, oh, thanks for letting me know, guys.
Yeah, no
I thought
shit.
that was funny.
That-
Like, should I be
guess it's funny.
concerned, or?
It's concerning, as funny but concerning. Well, I'm glad to hear
Yeah.
you're okay and nothing came of it. Did your family know any of the people or anything like that?
Just one of the officers. They didn't know any of the people.
Was there
one of the officers that was on the hunt?
Oh, okay, on the hunt. Because I didn't think of any police officers got shot. So, all right. Well,
No.
Well, again, I'm glad to hear you're okay, and thanks for calling and letting me know.
Yeah, I just thought it was fun information. I didn't die.
Yeah, no, that's always a good thing. Now, do you have PTSD from it? Or are you like, oh my God, we came so close to death? No, nothing like that. Okay, good.
No. Do you remember TJ Lane, the Chardon shooter?
I do, yes.
Okay, so when that happened, I was in high school. I don't remember what grade, but I was in high school at Madison. So, like, we got put on lockdown and everything. So, like, near-death experiences don't really bother me.
Gotcha. Yeah, so, Madison is, a county over, a few cities over from Chardon where that happened. Yeah, so. All right. Well, a couple interesting things. You're an hour away or less than an hour away from two different shootings.
Yeah, we were in Dansville.
Good grief.
Yeah, so stay at least more than an hour away from me and you guys should be good.
Well, who knows, though, where this guy is at this point. He could still be in the Tess, I'm going to let you go because there's a little bit of background noise, but I appreciate your story, hon. But there's, again, that guy could be around here. He could have stolen a car, and he could be up here. He could be wherever you are. This guy could be anywhere at this point. And here's part of the reason. Look at this brush that they got to get through to get to this guy. I mean, this is some dense-ass shit. I mean, this is straight up jungle practically. And then wait till you see the overhead view of it as they, look at this, just trying to, how do you look for anyone in this? He could be hiding anywhere, ready to blast you. God, these cops are so brave sometimes, I tell you. And here, I'm turning this audio down. This is an overhead view of where he could be hiding. I mean, look how big this is, and look at the area. I mean, he could be anywhere. Be lucky. Well, first off, I think when he had texted somebody earlier in the day, he had mentioned that he was going to potentially do this shooting and then unalive himself. God, I hate that stupid word. So who knows if he's even alive? They did show him. I did see what looked to be a FLIR video, the infrared videos of him running, and I couldn't get it. It was literally like 2 seconds long, so it wasn't worth pulling for you guys. But so he's on the run out there somewhere, and who knows where. It's been 5 days now. Who knows if he took care of himself or if he's still running through that brush, causing all kinds of... or if he's just hiding out there, if he's working his way back to a car. I think there was a trail cam that caught a shot of him at one point. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. If you guys know any more about this story than I do, give me a call, give me some more details. But I think that's pretty much it. So we'll have to see where they find this guy. Hopefully he doesn't hurt anybody else, like go in someone's backyard and try to break in and steal clothes and food and guns or something like that. So... let's hope this turns out good, and that in the end, let's hope he just kind of offed himself and there's nobody else gets hurt. On the phones, like I mentioned, 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. Here is, and just a reminder too, guys, if you can't call into the show and you want me to, if you're new to the chat or you don't know the chat, I don't know, etiquette is the right word. If you want me to read your comment, if you want me to if you're directly speaking to me and not to the chat, and you would like me to either read it on the show or interact with you about said comment, make sure you tag @Another Dumb Show. That way I see it. For local Frank, you're on Another Dumb Show. What's up, dude?
Hey, Dom, how you been, man?
I'm doing good. I've been good. What's up, brother?
Yeah, I ain't got to talk to you for a while. Let me turn off this speakerphone here so I can figure it out.
Okay. We'll wait. We got nothing but time, you know?
There we go. It was only like 3 seconds, man. Hang on. So, world's going to shit, man. I don't care who you like. Yesterday just proved that, I got to be honest with you, man. I thought I lived in the greatest country in the world. I'm starting to question that a little bit now. You know what I mean?
When you say after yesterday, are you implying after last night's debate? You're saying you're not optimistic about the future of our country.
No, we got a couple of dullards running for the president to run the fucking United States. You know,
a couple dullards. So yeah, so neither of them are sticking out to you. They both suck, is what you're saying.
There's one that sucks more than the other, but yeah, I don't know if either one can tie their shoe, man. You know,
run, right?
I don't know that Spot can run anymore. Spot fell over in the front yard, and his legs are up in the air, and he's on his back. You know,
well, that was a callback to Trump last night. The run, Spot, run. I don't know if you missed it. Did you do the debate drinking game?
No, by the time I started watching the debate, I was already done drinking. They'd have put me in the hospital. They would have put me in the hospital if I tried to play your drinking game.
That's funny.
Watching that debate. You know?
I am going to talk about the debate here in a second. So, Frank, I'll give you my opinion of the whole thing, and we'll break the whole thing down here in just a minute. How's that sound?
Yeah. I like watching about it and see what other people think, but
perfect.
It's hard to say that there's a clear winner either way. And like I said, it's hard to say that even if you put them both in, split the United States, both sides are going to fall into the ocean. You know, we are fucked.
Okay, Frank, not feeling good about the future of the country after last night's debate. So, Frank, I love you, bro. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
Have a good one, Dom.
All right, man. So yeah, watched the debate last night. I found it to be, I made a kind of a thing out of it. I like, it's like watching a football game to me, kind of these debates. I really get excited for them. So I ordered some shawarma. I'm on a shawarma kick right now. I love beef shawarma. I'm gonna give a little, you know what? I'm gonna give a little love to a restaurant, Fatima's Grill. I think, Fatima's Grill, Cleveland. Where's this place at? Fatima's Grill in Cleveland. You guys got to check this place out. It's so good. I don't know what the address is, though. It's on 130th in Cleveland. I get it on Uber Eats. But if you like, they do this weird blend of Lebanese and Mexican food, the fusion of them. But they also have like really traditional Lebanese stuff, and that's where the shawarma comes in. Oh my God, these fucking shawarma wraps, the shawarma platters are so fucking good. I'm really into shawarma right now. So I highly recommend checking out Fatima's Grill on 130th. So again, back to the debate. I fucking got my shawarma, got some cronny. I got myself nice and blazed up before it. I actually turned off college football, the video game, because I'm obsessed with it. When I'm not working, it's literally like you have any free time, I'm playing NCAA college football on PlayStation. That's all my free time right now. That's all I do. Anyway, so I watched this debate, and I have to tell you guys, despite what Frank said, so they did this in Philadelphia, and it started off with a surprise. The betting world had, the odds were that they would not shake hands. And then they ended up shaking hands. He went directly behind his podium. She went to the front of her podium and then had to wrap around to go shake his hand behind their podium or his podium. And I believe he said, "Have fun" to her, which I thought was interesting. And then she proceeded to have fun. I got to tell you, when she started, I was like, oh my God, is she nervous? Because she was talking so fast. She was having to take breaths that were kind of out of cadence of normal breathing because she was talking so fast and she really couldn't keep up with it. And then she would have to go back like this, and then she tried to talk fast again about the economy and how she's going to create an opportunity economy. And then she was going to do this and that and this and that and everything else and all that. So I was just sitting there going, oh no, she might be in big trouble. This could get ugly. And then he started talking, and it was like if somebody took Donald Trump's voice, trained it in AI, and then just took every one of his tweets from since like, I don't know, probably 2019-ish. If it took every one of those tweets, pumped them into this AI machine, and then just had him had this AI machine read back all of his tweets since 2019. That's what we saw last night in the debate. Was Trump he was on one, like, well, and again, when I said she started having fun, and I'll just say straight up, she won that debate. Whether you're a Trumper or you're a Kamala fan, you have to admit she won that debate. Whether it's going to affect who won the presidency, that obviously remains to be seen. But in my opinion, just last night, debate alone, she killed him. She crushed him. And the reason she crushed him was because she was able to get under his skin. What was the one jab? Obviously, the crowd-sized jab, that got him. He was so fucking pissed off about that. He was seething. The little thing on the bottom of his neck was shaking. He was so fucking mad. So and I'm not saying that I agree necessarily with everything she said or everything he said or anything that any of them said necessarily in particular, but it really, just in the world of debating, if you're thinking debate club and you're going, X versus O's in a debate, and, she in the strategy that goes into a debate, Trump seemed horribly underprepared. I don't know if he thought he was just going to walk in there and whop the floor with her, so he didn't have to prepare much when it came to policy and issues and things like that. She came in. She's a politician, clearly. She came in with all her talking points, but did a great job weaving them in through jabs at him and things like that. In fact, she got, going to the moderators, David Muir and Lindsay Davis, as I was watching it, I wasn't sitting there going, boy, they are really leaning towards Kamala and going after Trump. I said to myself, I go, they're asking questions that are kind of setting Trump up to fail almost. You know what I mean? There's really no way he's going to be able to answer any of these questions without, they set him up with questions like, do you think you lost the election? He can't backtrack after all this time and without kind of affecting his base and looking like, he doesn't care about looking like a hypocrite necessarily, but in things like this, January 6th, and the election, all that stuff really matters to him. And it was crazy, he even referenced it as J6 in there, which is kind of what the January 6th is. He talked about the woman who got shot by a cop while the guy's doing his job and worried about getting killed. The whole thing, I was just, again, that's why I said it was like listening to Twitter. It was like listening to tweets from him. And I know he hasn't been on Twitter, maybe listening to Truth Social or whatever. But, so going back to the moderators, I do see how they were setting him up to fail. They were asking him questions where he, there was no way he could answer right or wrong. But I got to tell you, my favorite, and speaking of fact checking, I got an email, or I didn't say fact checking, or maybe did I mention fact checking? The moderators fact check Trump way more than they fact check Kamala. Trump is a known boaster, a known exaggerator. So he's going to get fact-checked more than anybody else in the entire world. He made up fake news. I believe he was the alternative facts guy or whatever it was. So he's known for stretching the truth. So he's going to get fact-checked more. There's no getting around that. But speaking of fact-checking, Michael Nugget Man sent me an email thanking me for fact-checking Mikey on something that we were talking about the other night. So you're welcome, Nugget Man. Something about migrants and loans. And speaking of migrants, the moment of the debate, I mean, guys, you can't debate it for a minute. There's no debating this, as they'd say. This was the number one moment of the night. Here's Donald Trump talking about the debacle of the Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
I love it.
They're eating the dogs.
I almost spit out my drink and fell off the couch. I started laughing so hard when he said that. I was dying. Because I think we've all seen by now, and I'm not going to play the video, but the viral video of the woman, of the woman eating the cat, this crazy woman eating the cat. Well, somehow that got looped into her being a migrant Haitian. And I just talked to B1 about this, and she confirmed that no, that woman's a longtime Springfield resident. She's just nuts. But I do have a video of a guy from Springfield talking to the Springfield Council about his experience with the migrant population in Springfield. So let me play this video for you. And so after you watch this, tell me what you think. It seems like there might be something to this a little bit, sort of.
I think it's like kind of odd that like a guy like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun. Because I see what's going on in these streets, and I see you guys just sitting up there in them comfy chairs and suits, and I'm getting out here every day, and I'm broadcasting this, and you guys are just sitting up there in suits or something. Like, I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're running into... They flipping cars in the middle of the street. And I don't know how, like, y'all can be comfortable with this. Like, I don't know, like, who's getting paid from it. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on a bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something. And it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants, because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like, y'all get the Highway State Patrol down here every week, and then y'all get...
So there you go. There's a guy right there who said that he saw migrants, Haitian migrants, immigrants, whatever the fuck you call them, ripping the heads off of ducks and eating them. Here, we'll say it again. In the park. They're in the park.
Grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like,
all right, so there's one Springfield resident saying something about ducks. Now, those aren't dogs. A little different than people's pets. But I did find this picture. I don't know if there's any legitimacy to it. It's a little blurry. Let's see if we can get it without being too blurry. Let's see if you guys can see this. It's just from the Springfield, Ohio crime. There's a Facebook post. Warning to all about our beloved pets and those around us. My neighbor informed me that her daughter's friend had lost her cat. She checked pages, kennels, asked around, etc. One day she came home from work. As soon as she stepped out of her car, looked towards a neighbor's house where Haitians live, and saw her cat hanging from a branch like you'd do a deer for butchering, and they were carving it up to eat. I've been told they are doing this to dogs. They have been doing it at Snyder Park with the ducks and geese, as I was told that last bit by rangers and police. Please keep a close eye on these animals. You mean your animals, or are you calling the Haitians animals? And it looks to be some guy walking with Canadian geese in his hand. Looks just like a black dude, but potentially some sort of Haitian migrant carrying a Canadian geese, which you can't even hit those with your fucking car. You get in trouble if you hit a fucking Canadian geese. So if they're up scooping up Canadian geese and eating them, they're going to get themselves in some trouble. They'll get you in trouble. So it seems like there is some sort of weird problem there. The fact that these people have been bust into this town and have taken it over has now gotten the governor involved, Mike DeWine. He's sending additional troopers. I'm assuming that means state troopers. I don't think he means National Guard. But he's sending additional troopers and $2.5 million to Springfield, Ohio to face the surge of Haitian migrants. So, so it's going to be law enforcement, not National Guard, law enforcement troopers. And the millions of dollars will be in healthcare resources that will go to the city of Springfield. Apparently, 15,000 Haitians have arrived in the city of about 59,000 people. So, geez, that's a lot of fucking people to just dump into a small town. Holy moly. Now, he mentioned this before the debate. I didn't realize that happened that happened before the debate. I thought that he did it afterwards. But either way, they are eating the dogs in Springfield, Ohio, and the troopers are there to stop it. Guys, forget about the conspiracy of eating dogs. The real conspiracy is right here. Hold on one sec. Let me pull this video up, and you tell me if this means anything to you, because this is some sus shit right here. What do you think of these?
If you thought earrings were merely a fashion statement, think again. Nova's H1 audio earrings is the world's first wireless earphones made with real pearls. Unlike conventional earrings, these earrings are placed on the earlobes and project the sound from inside the pearl straight into your ear canal. This directional sound technology can avoid sound leakage and keep conversations and music private and secure.
Okay, so I got to mute this next part. But guys, let's get a zoom in. What is on this woman's ear? Are you kidding me? Could it possibly be these? Here are these Nova earrings that get placed on the earlobes, and they have a little Bluetooth device in there that will put audio into your ear. Now, going back to my original comments about how she started off rough. She started really rough. But what if there was somebody in her ear giving her stuff to get Trump's guff, get him all worked up, and that worked? Reminding her about her policy stuff, giving her ways to get out of questions, like the way she did. She kind of weaseled her way out of the question about the border. I think we could have a bit of a conspiracy going on, guys. It's quite possible. Quite possible. And CYX asks me, going back to the Springfield thing, says they all went to Springfield randomly, or did the government send them there? I actually don't know how that happened. I don't know why they ended up there. From what I heard, they said there's buses of them coming in. So is this the buses of them that were coming from Texas, if they're coming across the border from there or something? That's a good question, CYX. I didn't really look up the origin of them. I just found that was the townspeople are the ones who have the problem with it. They're the ones that are going to the city council meetings. I had a video of a woman going nuts talking about how she, what did that lady say? Did I pull that video or did I just watch it? Let me check here. No, I didn't pull it. Anyway, there's a woman talking about, kind of similar to what's going on in Aurora, Colorado. She said that that's happening in Springfield, Ohio. And that's a resident there. So I'm going to take the word of the residents that it's affecting their small town. And it can't be a racial thing because that last guy was a black dude. You know what I mean? So I don't think that it might have with some people, obviously, but overall, it's just the fact that you have 60,000 people and then you bring in 15,000 more. That's 25% more people living in a small town, which you just think about that. If you live in a town that's got not that big, a suburban town where you got 60-some thousand people, then you bring in 25% more people who have no homes, no jobs, no money, no nothing. And, just think about that, how that would affect who cares where they're from? Just, bring in a bunch of jobless, broke white people. Just 15,000 of them in a matter of 4 years. Just adding to your economy and taking away from it, or potentially draining it, but then over time maybe adding to it as they assimilate into the thing. But it's such a quick influx over that amount of time. It's clearly not working out if they got to go scoop up ducks out of ponds to eat. Something isn't going right there. All right, so there was after the debate, kind of some debate reaction. They did some interviews with people and they put together, you guys want to know what you ever heard of a word cloud, where they interview a bunch of people and they'll take from, they say, so here you go. In 1 or 2 words, describe how listening to Kamala Harris makes you feel. And this was post-debate. They did this with about, I know it's a small amount of people, but 800 people. And the 2 words that they popped up with, so a word cloud will show you all the words that somebody says. And here it is. All these people, the most common word was hopeful. Annoyed was the second most. Confident was up there big. Proud, happy, strong. Annoying, sick, bad. I would argue most of the words: confused, bored, boring, president, chalkboard. Nails on a chalkboard. So, all right, so pretty mixed reactions, actually. The overwhelming big one was hopeful. And then obviously the smaller words were less frequently used. But, all right, so hopeful is the one for Kamala Harris. Now, let's go back to the Trump one, or get to the Trump one here. And we'll see what people said about Trump. In 2 words, describe how listening to Donald Trump makes you feel. Here's the word cloud that people came up with afterwards. Annoyed was the number one. Ouch. Confident was maybe just as big, maybe close second to annoyed. And then we have angry, worried, scared, more, strong, confused, happy, disgusted, hopeful. All right. And then a lot of small ones: disappointed, sick, perfect, irritated, rigorous, funny. Funny was good. He was funny at times. Is angry in there? Or frustrated? Did I see either of those? Because he seemed angry and frustrated to me. Aggressive, I guess. Mad. Okay. Those are both close to that. Then frustrated. There you go. So, okay. So those are the words that I would say, because that's how I felt. He was frustrated all night because he knew he wasn't performing very well, and he knew that the things that she was bringing, and he just went back to the same fucking tired well over and over. Hers is a new well of tired stuff, but his was, I just didn't care for his attitude. I'm not gonna lie. He was, wish we could get that guy who just sat and chilled during the Joe Biden debate. But instead we get this guy who's just Twitter. He's just a tweet machine, a walking tweet. That's all he was doing, was tweeting as he spoke last night. It was just rants. And CYX says, I didn't watch it, but it would be so easy to push his buttons. No, she was definitely pushing his buttons, and she did it in a pretty masterful way, I thought. So I'll give her credit. Again, not saying I think she's going to win the presidency of it because of it, or that I necessarily think she should. But there's somebody who does think that she should. guys, Tay-Tay has finally spoken. She says, like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already, now is a great time to do your research on the issues at hand and the stances these candidates take on the topics that matter to you the most. As a voter, I make sure to watch and read everything I can about their proposed policies and plans for this country. Recently, I was made aware that AI of me falsely endorsing Donald Trump's presidential one was posted to his site. It really conjured up my fears around AI and the dangers of spreading misinformation. It brought me to the conclusion that I need to be very transparent about my actual plans for this election as a voter. The simplest way to combat misinformation is with the truth. I will be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them. I think she's a steady-handed, gifted leader, and I believe we can accomplish so much more in this country if we are led by calm and not chaos. I was so heartened and impressed by her selection of running mate Tim Walz, who has been standing up for LGBTQ rights, IVF, and a woman's right to own her body for decades. There you go. She goes on and on. Jeez, that's a long one. But she goes, I done my research, made my choice. And then she goes, with love and hope, Taylor Swift, childless cat lady. A little jab at JD Vance, too. So good for her putting her shit out there. You guys know I love Tay-Tay, but it's not going to influence me one way or the other. I just think that it's fun that she finally put it out there because she is the biggest superstar in the world essentially right now. And it's going to matter to a lot of young women who are 18 who might be swayed by Taylor Swift. I mean, it's just that simple. There are millions of young women out there who might be swayed to vote for Kamala Harris because Taylor, not that they were going to vote for Trump, but they might not have just gave a shit about voting. But now they're like, oh, Tay-Tay says we need to vote for fucking Kamala? What are we doing? We got to do it. Let's get some friendship bracelets that say vote. Let's get out and do this shit. Speaking of Taylor, the VMAs are on right now. Megan Thee Stallion is hosting. And I'm missing it for you guys. I'm missing the Stallion. B1 texted me already, said my girl is looking good. So I'm missing for you guys. The things I sacrificed for you guys, you should thank me. Somebody who also is interested in Taylor Swift, apparently more so than I am, is Elon Musk. After she posted that last night, he posted this tweet, or X. It says, fine, Taylor, you win. I will give you a child and guard your cats with my life. What the fuck is this guy talking about? He's such a fucking weirdo, man. God, it must be nice to just be so rich that you can have just because everybody has just weird thoughts that come to their mind all the time. Everybody always does. But nobody says them. You don't tweet them. But, because you might worry about losing your job or you don't want to look like shit. You just, but if you're a multi-billionaire, like there are people that you just you're like an old guy who just doesn't care about anything anymore. You turn in like really old dudes. They're all racists and they're not all of them, but they don't give a shit. They're mean. They treat women like shit. That's how a lot of old guys are. I feel like that's how Elon Musk is. He's like just an old guy that doesn't give a fuck anymore. And it's because he's got fuck you money. So he just acts like a crotchety old bastard all the time and says and does whatever the fuck he wants. But enough about the debate. I do have a video here that does involve politics, but I think you guys are going to love this. This is somebody I think we can all get behind. If you're looking for somebody to vote for, I'm not sure exactly where this is at. This is in Texas. Now, weed is not legal in Texas. I don't even know if it's medically legal there, but certainly not recreational legal. But Sally Duvall is running for Texas House, and this is her campaign ad, indicating to where it's just like she's for the Delta 8 and Delta 9 and all that. I didn't really get the point of her message, to be quite honest with you, other than we need maybe to make one or both or regular weed legal. I'm not 100% sure. I couldn't really tell, but I was just too wrapped up in the fact that she was smoking chronic. Made me very happy. Good for her. That's fantastic news. Alrighty, guys. I think it is... Hold on one sec. Hold on one sec. Hold on, I lost something here, guys. Oh, all right. You know what, guys? It is time for another Dumb Fantasy Football League update. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Fantasy football season is back. We have got our teams all lined up. They all played this week. I imagine some of you guys are watching right now. Uh-oh. All right, hold on one sec. We got to change this. We got to make a quick change. Something didn't save. Oh, I know what happened when I did. All right, here we go. See if that refreshes. All right, sorry guys. I got to get the graphics together, and they got all screwed up when when the computer went all wonky before the show started. So let me start over. Another Dumb Fantasy Football League is here. 2024 season. We've already begun. First week is in the books, baby. Week 1, see how we got these jitters, these hiccups? It's week 1, baby. Deal with it. Anyway, so we have, it's after 8. Looks like Mikey probably isn't going to make it on since it's about 8:20 at this point. So we'll just kind of dig through it anyway without him, because he probably doesn't want to talk too much about it anyway, as his team is riding in 12th place right now. That's right. The Skull Crusher team, owned by Mikey, is currently 0-1. They lost this week. In fact, let me pull up the league and get some of the details about who won and who lost against who. Give me one sec, guys. All right. So the scoreboard from week 1. We had Mikey taking on the Wooies. That was our champion from last year. And Mikey's team got crushed. They lost big time. 109-74 was the score. So here's actually, we can show you guys. Here's Mikey's. That was the score of last week's game. So let me get back over here to my... Oh, I just lost them. Where'd they go? What the fuck? What the hell? Where did my pictures go? I just lost my pictures, guys. There they are. All right, so here we go. That was Mikey in 12th place. We'll move on into 11th place. We have the Rushing Mafia. That's owned by Jake. They played... Who did they play last week? Rushing Mafia played the AG and the Carians. They lost 128-86. Jake had a good showing out of one of his top performers, though. 22.9 points from J.K. Dobbins, the running back from the Chargers. He's back, baby. Pretty impressive showing from him. He's been moved over from the... Not moved over, but I think he went over from the free agency over to Chargers from the Ravens after he's had multiple injuries throughout the years. But hopefully he's back and he's healthy and he's going to help contribute to Jake's team throughout the year, except when he plays me. I hope his team sucks that day. Next up in 10th place, we have Tyler's team, the Cleveland Buds. He has the number 1 performer overall in Saquon Barkley. His team came in, even though they had the best performer, his team ended up coming in with a loss. They are in 10th place, and he'll be facing Josh All In My Ass next week. I love that new name, Josh Allen, All In My Ass, however you say it. But Tyler looking to bounce back next week against them with one of the top performers in the league, Saquon Barkley, coming over to the Eagles from the Giants. Made an immediate impact on the team, and we'll see how he performs next week. Moving into 9th place. Oh, I'm getting blown up right now. Oh, shit. Mikey's on. What's up, dude?
What up? Good morning.
Good morning. Did you just wake up from your nap?
Yep.
Good stuff. Well, it's good to have you here. We'll backtrack for a sec to your team.
No, we don't gotta backtrack to the basement, bro. It's the winless fucking streak continues. This league, my big money league, I haven't won a game since 2022. Like it's not going well for me in fantasy sports.
You're struggling right now, dude. I noticed that.
Yeah.
last year you were in the basement.
Yo, I'm up a few hundo on DraftKings, so fuck everything else.
Me too. Yeah. A few.
I hit on a 10-piece for $440.
Oh, wow. Hell yeah. Good for you. Mine are all small ones. I got a couple hundos, a couple 45s, like stuff like that. And it should just added up out of nowhere. I was like, I looked at
Yeah,
my account and I was like,
I only put in 4 bets this weekend, and the one was that $10 one was a free bet based on an injury.
nice, nice. Oh, the Christian McCaffrey, something to do with that, or?
No, there was another injury where somebody went out in the first quarter and they refunded my bet.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. Right on. All right. Well, let's
I
get
also
back.
got some money back on a Puka Nakua. Puka Nakua went out second quarter or third quarter, and they gave me a free $10 refund on that one too.
I think he got hurt in the first. It didn't seem like it was like the second catch of the game, and then he was just they maybe he came back for a couple plays and then got hurt again. Maybe
he had 5 or 6 catches by the time that he went out.
Maybe he got hurt early and then came back in and played a little bit, and then he retweaked it or something like that.
Regardless, my fantasy team sucks. Well, it doesn't suck. I just got to do some tweaking. That's all. Week 1, figuring out the rest.
Kenneth Walker III, your top performer, he, I believe, got injured in that game. I believe he's questionable for this week. So
he's always questionable. He lives on the IR, or he lives on the fucking injury report.
Okay, all right. All right, so we left off with Tyler in 10th place, facing Josh Allen, all in my ass. Mike, you like that name? The new team name, he changed it from, that was Go Cup Yourself. He changed it to Josh All in my ass.
I like the team name. I loved watching Buffalo play this week. God, they're going to be a fucking 7-10 team. It's great to see. I can't wait to see how the AFC East unfolds.
Here is our 9th place team, the Marauders, Jerry's team. They unfortunately took an L this week, even though he had Lamar Jackson, one of the top performers, with 25.12 points this week. He will move on and face the Aegean Icarians next week. Now, Aegean Icarians, I believe, were pretty good in our league last year. I can't remember where they finished. Might have been, was that our 3rd place team last year, maybe? I can't remember off the top of my head.
I'm pretty sure there was top 5 for sure.
Yeah. All right. And then, so now moving into 8th place, we just talked about him, Josh All in my ass, owned by Wet Shoelaces. That is our 8th place team. He'll be facing Tyler's team next week. His namesake got him 31.18 points. Holy moly. That was our 4th place performer of the week. So congratulations to him for losing despite having one of the best performers of the week.
There's no way he can sustain that fucking physicality, dude. He got banged around. He was already held out of practice one day this week. Like,
he's jumped. I didn't watch much of that game or actually see many Buffalo highlights. Was he running all over and just getting clipped?
Oh, dude, his 2 rushing touchdowns. He got fucking clobber knockered, dude. The second rushing touchdown is a posterized type of fucking touchdown again, where he just got. I mean, it just looks like a movie type situation every time that dude crosses the goal line.
And he just get hit and spun and just blasted,
hammered and flipped around and tossed all around.
Yeah,
it's not sustainable, dude. It's not.
No, that's why that fucking clip of John Elway doing it in the Super Bowl is famous because John Elway did run the ball like that actually a lot.
He did.
So.
He used to get banged around quite a bit too.
Yeah, I guess he was able to do it for a long time. That horse tooth fuck. Hate that
but
fucking guy.
not at the level in the way that Josh Allen was doing it. These defenses are completely different, hit completely different. Like
I don't know, dude. Those dudes were hitting pretty hard back then. There were no rules. There were no rules to protect the quarterback back then. They were getting fucking.
I feel like
everything's
at a higher level now. Both sides of the ball, the physicality is a lot bigger than it used to be.
Right on. Disaster is saying that picture that I just showed looks like you right now. This is Josh Allen, just a clean-cut version of you. You're going to make Mikey upset if I say you look like Josh Allen.
What'd you do? Find my Grindr profile picture?
You say you're Josh Allen? That's nice. All right, so let's see. Now we'll cut back here. We have Josh Allen up here, all on my ass there, 0-1, 8th place. Next week they face Tyler's team.
Diz, not all white people look the same, you racist.
All right, moving into 7th place. And we'll rip through these last few because I don't want to spend all night on this. 7th place.
That guy looks like me too, white with a beard.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's just a little bit more square face, I guess. That's a kicker. That's Jake Moody. He was their number one player this week. He's in 12th place right now at 26 points. It's pretty crazy. A kicker's in the top 15. So he's going to face Hertz Donuts. That's our auto drafted team from Curtis. And big ups to Hoodie for losing this week. Appreciate you losing. All right. On to the winners. The second half of the standings as we get into sixth place. Obviously, in the first week, we're going to have 6 winners and 6 losers. So we're into the 6 winners here. The Wooies, our champion from last year, Pat Wooey, he got a dub. He won and will be facing Sent From My iPhone. His top performer was the Cowboys defense and special teams, getting him 19 points. That was against the old Cleveland Browns. Beat the shit out of us. Bunch of sacks, bunch of turnovers. So they had a punt return for a touchdown. So good decision to have the Cowboys defense. I got 3 points from my defense. They sucked. Speaking of Hertz Donuts, 5th place, we have him, Curtis, owner Curtis. He's coming in. He loves Jalen Hurts, and we loves donuts. So we put the Jalen Hurts there in the donut for him. His top performer was a quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts, Anthony Richardson. He's in 10th place with 26.08 points. He'll be facing No Punt Intended. That's Hoodie's team. We'll be facing them next week. Anthony Richardson, man, some of those throws he had were fucking incredible this weekend. Did you see those throws? They were fucking off the charts.
Dude, that kid Alec Pierce looked pretty good too.
Yeah, but the just big, huge, arcing fucking just bombs.
He's always, he's got a cannon for an arm. It was always the accuracy that was never the best for him. But dude, he can tighten that shit up. He's gonna be a giant problem.
He was dropping them in the other day. Good for him. All right. So let's see here. And moving on into 4th place, 1-0, we have Sent From My iPhone. That's Chris H's team. He's going to face our champ next week, and his top performer was Joe Mixon, a trade from the Cincinnati. I don't know if he was a free agent coming. Was he a trade?
No, trade. They
was
were going to cut him, then they ended up trading him. The most underutilized running back in the NFL for the last 5 years. This dude is going to lead the NFL in every statistical category for a running back this year.
He's going to blow up. He's already doing great. He's in 8th place overall right now. And I don't know. Saquon's the top running back, so we'll see if he can outdo Saquon.
Yeah, because he had the 3 tutties.
Yeah. Let's see here. Moving on into 3rd place, we have, look, we got another dumb team. 1-0 and in 3rd place. My top performer, Ramondre Stevenson. People thought it was a possible reach to go for Ramondre. Turns out I am not wrong. Not only that, I think he had 149 yards rushing or something along those lines. So he just absolutely blew up. The Bengals. Now the Bengals
in
are
disarray.
Yeah, they really are. There's something going on with them.
They got not one. I think their whole. I think their window's closed. I don't know if there's confidence. I think there's some type of disconnect between coaching and team. Just to have everybody out the way that they're out, nobody seems to have this sense of urgency. The captain of the team's calling everything a distraction. It's just not good.
Couple of analysts I saw both said the same thing. No physicality from the Bengals. They're all finesse. They got nobody to hit. They got no big tacklers. They got no power runners. Their linemen are finesse linemen. All that. So it's good. That's what they're saying is affecting the Bengals right now potentially too. But like you said, the distractions.
You get Jamar come back. You get T. Higgins to come back. That whole team changes real quick.
Is Tyler Boyd still there too? Or is he gone?
No.
He's gone? All right. Yeah. All right. Okay, so I'm in 3rd place now and looking to move on. I'm Ocean Gate Titans. That was our 2nd place team last year. And Aegean Acarians, they are now in 2nd place this year. Tyreek Hill, recently arrested and detained and thrown on the ground before a football game.
That dude was a piece of shit, that cop.
Yeah, fuck that cop. Tyreek bounced back with 26 points, and he's in 11th place.
Tyreek was a little bit of a dick, too, but definitely didn't deserve any of that.
Tyreek definitely played it wrong. He should have just rolled the fucking window down. I did see a video of him today saying the reason he didn't roll the window down is because he didn't want a bunch of people taking pictures of him or getting cell phone shots of him while he was getting pulled over. But then he went on to say...
You're not going to see it with the windows just cracked, bro.
But then he said, but that's not cool. I can't do that. I got to be like everybody else. I can't be... Basically, long story, he said, I can't act special. I should have rolled the window down and done what I was told. So I got to be honest with you. I gained a little bit of respect for Tyreek coming out of this because he's been fairly well spoken about it. You know what I mean? And he hasn't been too like.
Yeah, he definitely listened to what Drew Rosenhaus and his PR team told him.
He did it. Sure. He's done a really good job with it because if he'd have come out and acted like he did when he was on the ground yelling, "Come on, what up, 12? Come on, 12!" I mean, he came into press conferences talking like that. It'd be a totally different situation.
That police officer in Miami-Dade is so lucky he didn't injure himself or something when that cop yoked him back to the ground.
Oh man,
the second time.
Can you? Oh yeah, that one specific, that extra little shove he gave him, and that when he had him down there.
First, they got him up off the ground, and then they told him to sit back down. And he goes, "Hang on," and then the motorcycle cop came right back over, and that's when he was saying, "I just had knee surgery."
Man, that was
he
a crazy
grabbed
scene.
Him and forced him down, dude. Imagine if he would have like hurt his knee or some shit like that.
Oh, the lawsuit against the city. I mean, but it couldn't be. He's going to make more money playing football than he would suing the city, probably. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know, because if they just do it based on his...
They put a value on your knee based on your profession and how much money you make.
That's a really good point. Let's see here. I'm reading what Dale says. He says, I thought Hill was wrong, but if he got hurt, that Piggy would have had to move. Oh yeah, he'd have been run out of town. He would have been. They'd have strung that motherfucker up. He's
going to be run out of town anyways. There's no way that dude has a job after this.
Well, I saw Tyreek come out and say that he wanted
to. Him boy too.
I didn't notice him call him boy.
Pretty sure when he's down on the ground, he calls him boy.
I don't know. He had such a heavy accent. It could have been anything, to be honest with you. I got the video right here.
Yeah, I was almost certain he called him boy. It was one of them little jaw-dropping moments for me. I was like, ooh, you can't say that word.
No, you definitely can't call a black dude a boy. No, that's a no-no for sure. You really don't want to call any grown man a boy. That's kind of a no-no, period.
Yes, but that...
Which part are you saying he called him boy? When they first pull him out of the car, or when they have him on the ground on the other side?
Down on the ground. And wait, what is he saying? It's right around the time where he's saying, you listen when we tell you what to do.
Was that when they're first on the ground or when he gets them on the other side of the car?
First on the ground.
First on the ground. Okay, cool. So I got that right here. All right, here, let me do this. Let me turn down this fantasy football stuff. All right, here is that clip real quick. Here's the right where they, here, you know, this is a different angle. I've actually not played this video, so I'll just play it from the beginning. Fuck it.
Nice car.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man. Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Don't knock on my window. Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Don't knock on my window like that, no. Like what? Don't knock on my window like that. Why you have it up? Don't knock on my window like that. Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here. That way you can over here and talk to you. Just get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm gonna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do. Keep it down. Hey! Keep your window down.
Did he just try to buckle up?
I don't know what. I think he's getting his phone out.
Keep your window down.
He just buckled up.
You're right.
Down, I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Get out of the car. Give me that. We'll break that window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Damn. What part of blood are you in this car? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, dude. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand? I'm getting out, you understand? Not when you want, but when we tell you. You're a little fucking confused. I'm getting out, bro. Too late. Too late. All right, bro. Take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro. We are. We will. Good, bro. It is good. Hey. Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. Stop crying. Bro.
Well, it must have been before that.
Well, that was the...
Not before that. Hey, go right back to the beginning where you're saying, damn 12, right before damn 12.
All right, hold on. Let's go back to it.
I thought he said you must be confused, boy. Right, this man.
Get out! Damn! What part of blood are you in this pack? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin.
When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand? You understand? Not what you want, but when we tell you. You're a little fucking confused.
What's that?
I thought he said, not with you, boy.
No, not with you get confused. He says.
When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand? You understand? Not what you want, but when we tell you.
Not what you want, but what we tell you.
Okay.
But what we tell you. Yeah. So
All right.
Yeah, again, like I said, it's his accent. He's got such a heavy accent, it's kind of hard to tell.
Those cops are dicks.
Yeah, fuck them. I was not happy about that. You know, Tyreek fucked up. Not saying he brought it upon himself because nobody deserved to be treated like that by a police officer, but he fucked up.
Dragged out of the car like that quickly, there was no probable cause or nothing to be dragged out of the car like that.
And the way he opened the door too, it wasn't like he was in fear of getting shot or anything like that. It was pure rage. It was just anger and he can't handle. He's the opposite of me. I lose my mind when I'm given orders. He loses his mind if nobody follows his orders. So,
and it looked like Tyree was trying to follow the orders too. Like the cop, unless he was trying to hide the fact that he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, the cop was like, "Why? How come you're not wearing your seatbelt?" And then he rolled up the window and buckled up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would do the same thing too, I guess. You know, and they come back, maybe they missed it, maybe they didn't hear the cop say that, so he's like, "Fuck, they didn't notice." I don't know. But anyway, let's finish up. We'll go back to our fantasy football. No, it's good. I'm actually glad when we do this because it actually takes a little bit away from other people who aren't totally into fantasy football. I have actually a bunch of other football stuff that we could have peppered in there too, but based on player. Oh shit, wrong one. All right, so we finished with George's team here in second place. He's going to be facing the Mar Raiders next week. His top performer was Tyreek Hill. And now we get into the person in first place, our second place finisher from last year, Ken's team, DJing his wedding in a couple weeks. The Ocean Gate Titans owner is in first place, and he will be facing off against another dumb team next week. His top performer, Cooper Kupp, with 32 points, third overall in the standings.
Guy's an animal.
God, what a talent.
Absolute animal.
What a talent he is.
It's heartbreaking to see Puka go down like that.
Well, it's good for the Rams, though, that they can still lean on Cooper Kupp. I mean, it definitely is sad to see.
They ain't going to be able to lean on him for that much, dude. That guy is not durable enough to keep taking smacks like that. He was already limping around the field and looking beat up by the end of that game.
But it's usually just like he's got a bad hammy, usually. He pulls a damn hamstring, usually, is the problem with him.
The guy cannot take that many hits, dude. Nobody can handle that many. How many receptions did he have? 12? And then all the blocking hits as well. I mean, so that's 12 times he gets tackled. And he's not one of these guys that's smart and goes down when he catches the ball.
No, he gets blasted.
He's always fighting for extra yards. There's wide receivers that do a really good job that are smaller frame guys at protecting their body from being hit. Diggs is one of them. Adam Thielen was always one of them. You got to avoid some hits, man. Like, you just...
You know who's having a hard time avoiding hits right now, Mikey?
It's your whole team.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson in particular. He is...
Jesus Christ, dude. I don't know what the hell's up with him. I think it's time to think about Jameis Winston instantly.
That's the talk here around town. I've been getting up really early doing some DoorDash and not really early.
Where's Joe Flacco? Where's Joe Flacco?
That was at first. Yeah, that day that happened for about 5 minutes, but then the sexual assault and battery allegations came out about Deshaun Watson, and everybody was wrapped up in that.
Wait, what happened? There's more allegations from recently?
Dude, you didn't hear this?
No.
Oh, bro. Yeah, he's been accused of sexual assault and battery. He allegedly went out on a date with a woman. I'd read the details again, but they're really graphic, and I don't want to be all tawdry or whatever.
He went above and beyond. Like, he went. Great.
Well, this wasn't all his previous cases. All his previous cases were when I don't even know they got settled out of court or whatever. But he was accused of asking women to massage him in like inappropriate ways, rub his ass, jerk him off, all that kind of stuff, allegedly. Now, this one is a woman who says she invited him over to go out on a date. She was still finishing getting her makeup on. While she was doing that, she was talking to him and he wasn't responding. So she stopped what she was doing, went to look for him, and he wasn't in the living room. He had gone over to the bedroom and taken off all his clothes and laid down on her bed, ass cheeks up, allegedly. He then pointed at his buttocks, his ass, and said, "Will you rub my ass?" And she said, "No, but I'll rub your back for you." So started rubbing his back. He kept trying to push her hands down there, and he got frustrated that she was only rubbing his back. So he rolled over, pitching a tent when he rolled over. He then demanded that she massage him more, gesturing from his knees to his groin. She froze in fear, unsure how to refuse Watson's advances without jeopardizing her safety. So she told him again, "I'm not a masseuse." And then he said, "What do you want to do instead?" And then before she could answer, he allegedly grabbed her by the leg, positioned her so she was lying down. He then partially disrobed her and then raped her, allegedly.
Oy.
Yeah.
And this is within the time frame of all the other allegations. This isn't like something that recently happened.
This is from on a date in October, from October 10th, 2020, which was
COVID.
All the lawsuits were filed in 2021. But they happened prior to 2021, so it might have been in that same.
Well, I thought you saying these were new allegations when you had first mentioned it. That's okay,
they are.
These are old allegations.
No.
Well,
These
new but old. It's 4 years ago.
Yeah, the thing is, they're very different than what the allegations were before. It was just sexual impropriety essentially, and he was just like showing him flashing chicks and like putting their hand on his john, which is wrong. Don't get me wrong.
If this was something that was like alleged to me, like would have happened like after all of the things were settled and after like he's been in Cleveland and like within the last year, I would take a lot more weight with it than something that's alleged during the middle of all the other ones and everything like that 4 or 5 years ago. So I take that kind of like with a grain of salt.
Well, we'll see what happens. The NFL has said that they're going to let it play out. The crazy thing about it, though, Mikey, is if this turns out to be true, and he knew that this was coming his way, and didn't inform the Browns,
he forfeits the money.
There is a clause in there that essentially says that they have a way to either void his contract or get out of the contract somehow. And
shit. It's got to be like a morality. It's like some type of hiding of information or not being forthcoming or something. Like get all the skeletons out of the closet.
I don't know exactly what the verbiage is. Obviously, there was some paragraph or clause 46 in the contract that's full of legal shit that I'm not even going to bother trying to dive into. But here is Deshaun talking about whether or not he knew about the case.
Did you have any idea that this lawsuit was coming when you were playing Sunday?
No, sir. I found out exactly whenever everyone else found out.
So there you go. He claims he had no knowledge that this was coming. But if he did it and they're able to prove that he did it, wouldn't that just mean that he did it and he obviously knew about it? I mean, I feel like that's a pretty obvious thing. So we'll see what happens with him. They're around town. They're wondering whether he's going to start. The coach came out today and said he is definitely going to start. And they have no real plans of, taking him out anytime soon. That's the way they made it sound. He's just going to be focused on football. Deshaun Watson did make a statement. It was basically like, refer to my attorney's a statement, which is he vehemently denies all these allegations, by the way. I probably should have prefaced all that, but he does deny all these allegations. Of course, he's innocent until proven guilty. It's not it's a civil case, not a criminal case, too. So, but again, it could be a violation of the personal conduct policy that the NFL has if he's done something like this again, potentially or allegedly. So it's gross. If all these allegations are true, if they're able to prove these somehow or something like that, and even if they settle out of court, it's just a bad look. It's a bad look all around. Another bad look is, I don't know, Mikey, did you see the, have you heard of Leroy Bickerstaff?
Yes.
Yeah, you heard about old Leroy?
I did hear about old Leroy. He was a little busy on Monday.
For those of you who don't know who Leroy Bickerstaff is, Leroy Bickerstaff, let me see
allegedly.
Well, there's a video. There's a video that came out of. There's a Twitter account called Leroy Bickerstaff, and the long story short is everybody thinks that it's Deshaun Watson's burner account because all it does is just talk about how great Deshaun Watson is, how bad everybody around him is, and how even though everybody's got respect for him. Here's a video of somebody going through the tweets. Check this out. There's no audio to it, but it just shows. It just scrolls through all the different tweets. Let me just zoom in on it actually because it might make it a little bit easier here. So here you go. There's Leroy Bickerstaff. Joined September 2024. No following nobody. Now he has 69 followers.
No chance back there.
Oh, I went too far. Sorry. Leroy Bickerstaff. Someone gets it. One game ain't nothing. Just wait till the O-line and play calls stop holding 4 back from his greatness. Somebody starts criticizing the Browns offense. Then another one. Yep, but we're going to come on here and, well, God damn it, I keep going too far. Yep, but we're going to come on here and blame 4 when it's the offense as a whole. Give 4 no chance at a success when he's backed up like this every time. What? Sorry, Mikey. I put the wrong one.
The guy does it. No, outside. The guy does have no chance back there.
Oh, no, I agree. Our offensive line was a mess.
He's running for his life.
Dan Orlovsky says...
Just like Kirk Cousins was.
Well, he was trying to. He just couldn't. His ankle was so bad. His ankle's so bad. He couldn't do shit. So here we go. Here's Dan Orlovsky, and it goes on and on. So if you guys want to see it, I'm not going to go through the whole Leroy Bickerstaff tweet run because we'll be here all night. But this is so hard to do with it fucking doing this. It was really annoying. Anyway, so go check out Leroy Bickerstaff and let me know. I actually think it could be him. The way
I definitely think it could be too. The way it's yeah. A lot
4
of these guys
thing.
have those burner accounts.
It's the 4 thing. Only players refer to each other like by their number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's everybody else would be like Watson does this, or nobody's gonna be like 4. It wouldn't be like that.
Sure.
Like the only time I do that with people I know, like when my son is on the field playing a sport, I'll be like 12 or whatever his number was last year. I don't remember, but you know what I mean? Like, hey, 12.
Yeah.
If I need to get his attention, so.
Trying to call the cop.
Yeah, right, like Tyreek. So yeah, I could totally see this being a fake burner account for Deshaun Watson. Did you see what happened to Shannon Sharp?
No.
Shannon Sharp claims today that his Instagram was hacked last night because...
Oh, shit. What the ambient type?
Well, it's a little more than typing going on, Mikey. Let me just, we'll just pick up middle of the video here.
Right there. There you go, baby.
Get it out.
There you go, baby. There you go, baby.
Okay.
There you go, Unc.
I think we all can agree that's Unc, right? I think we can all agree that was his voice, 100%. He's got one of the most recognizable voices you'll ever hear in broadcasting. So 100% that was Unc. He
Unc was
claims
dropping the
his.
hammer.
Yeah, he was, and he does it for a while. I mean, there's some good. He's no two pump chump. This video went on for at least, I think I have about 8 minutes going on for him. So
It's them blue chews, baby.
yeah, good for him. He's taking this chick to Pound Town, allegedly, because he claims that it was his Instagram was hacked. It was not him. We don't know somehow. Now I don't know how you hack a live
It's a great
feed.
impersonator.
Yeah.
Impersonator.
And how do you hack a live feed? I mean, I've never even heard of such a thing. You can hack it and post a video, I guess. I mean, I don't even.
Well, you can hack it by logging into his Instagram and just going live. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but that's a view of the headboard right there. That's the headboard. So if somebody hacked it, they had to hack it and then literally stand there and put his phone down next to him too. Or are they saying, oh, I see some from like a different phone you log in?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, and that like stole his phone and did it. Like
I'm not a
just
phone
hacked
hacker.
him and logged in.
Yeah, I'm not a phone hacker. I'm not sneaky like that, I guess, enough. So anyway. So yeah, Shannon Sharp busted with banging a chick on Instagram Live, allegedly. Now, Mikey, I heard you sniffling there.
Yeah, sinus infection ain't going away ever.
All right. Well, I'm not accusing you of anything when I say that. I want to bring it up because you've been complaining about your nose, and you think that too many years of snorting things has got caught up with you finally.
Yeah.
I got a couple of videos here for you, and you're not allowed to not watch them.
No, bro, don't do this to me. I've already like seen stuff like this. So please don't do this to me.
So my husband.
No, please. I'm not watching it.
About a year into our marriage, my husband got pancreatitis. He was in the hospital for 4 months. He had like 8 surgeries. He lost 120 pounds. He came home with a bunch of antibiotics and painkillers and mood stabilizers and all sorts of new diagnoses.
Please.
We stayed at home from
Hold
then
on. You gotta watch it.
About 2 months into coming home from the hospital, the doctors actually took the pain medicine from him, thinking that he was crutching on it and that he was maybe abusing it. So because of that fact, he decided that he needed something to help him with the pain. And he took to the streets, and I went with him because I didn't want to see him in pain. So we got addicted to crack cocaine for about a year and a half, day in, day out. We were pretty big addicts. Unfortunately, one day he did not wake up. And that day I went into recovery. I put everything away. I started a new life. I said I was going to do things right. And I was clean for 8 months. And then I relapsed. And I relapsed for 3.5 years.
Oh.
Luckily, I got a second chance. And I went to an inpatient facility for 30 days.
Dude, I'm sorry. This is too raw for me, bro. I'm going to go.
2021.
Hold on.
No, bro. I'm out. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, here's what happened. I destroyed my face with too much.
Oh, come on. All right. Okay. All right. I was just going to wrap up with that one anyway, too. So, all right. I think we'll just wrap things up for us tonight. I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you guys give thumbs up to the show tonight. I would greatly appreciate that. Just a heads up, we'll be off until at least Monday because I have events on Friday and Saturday, and I always take the day off before my events just to get everything in line because I got 2 big events on Friday and Saturday this weekend. So we won't be back live until Monday unless for some reason I have some sort of second wind on Sunday and decide to do some sort of members only thing or a watch party or something like that. But I doubt it. So I don't want you to get your hopes up, but maybe have those notifications turned on just in case. And then from here, we'll be back officially on Monday for sure at 7. So I just want to make sure that you guys have. Actually, I probably should just, I probably should finish this video for you guys at least too. So here is what she ended up doing to try to get her nose fixed.
If you're new here, okay, here's what happened. I destroyed my face with too much cocaine, right? I did entirely too much cocaine. The inside of my nose, my septum deteriorated completely, and then over time, my nose fell flat. I'm in the process of trying to fix it. What's going on right here on my face is called a forehead flap. These things in my nose are called nasal trumpets. They go all the way up here. I'm not going to pull them out again. That upset some people in my last video. We're not doing that again. Okay, so couple of questions. This right here is hair because it came from the scalp. So this is an entire flap of skin. No, it's not flat on my face. Take a look. Oh, you can see my eyeball. It's a trick. It's a party trick. Anyway, this stays wrapped in medicated gauze. No, I'll probably never feel the inside of my nose again. What happened was they had to make a blood supply into the tip of my nose from parts from my left arm. So they cut up in my left arm. They took out a vein, an artery, a muscle, skin, fucking all of it, right? A nerve. Took it all out, fucking made a incision here, and then you can see it. You can see it in one of my other videos too. All the way from here to here, they made a blood supply so that the tip of my nose had life. Because when you do a lot of drugs, especially the types that I did, you will kill the tissue to the tip of your nose. And I had what they call calumella, which is what this skin is here, separating the two nostrils. I had one giant nostril because I did too much cocaine. Don't do drugs. Okay. As far as the recovery is concerned, my next surgery is happening next Tuesday. They're going to chop this off here to continue to have this nose. They'll buzz this so I don't have hair, and then they'll flip this back up to where it belongs.
So there you go. Whoa. Don't do drugs. Stay away from putting stuff up your nose. That makes... the fentanyl has scared me away from doing blow or just, once a year partying kind of thing like that. Fentanyl scared me away from it. I think that might have scared me away from it for good. That's pretty disturbing right there. That was awful. So yeah, PSA, if you put stuff up your nose, stop doing it because you're going to end up with your nose looking like that. So, alrighty guys, I think that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. Again, make sure you hit the thumbs up on tonight's video if you've not already done that. I would greatly appreciate it if you did. And like I said, we'll be back live on Monday. Until then, I am out of here. See ya.